Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. And this is the last one for the year, the last one for the decade. It's hard to imagine for me. When this decade started, I was what, 10? I'm 20 now, so I've basically lived half my life in this. I've grown up in a lot of ways, found so many experiences, like fell in love, and even this year has been something else. I know that's something that I said last year, and I was like, oh, this is my best year ever. But this time last year, I had just celebrated hitting 100 subscribers. Literally, New Year's Eve, I hit 100 subscribers. This month, I hit 200. I doubled it in a year. In 2019, I've ended up getting over 44,000 views, nearly 44 and a half. For comparison, that is, well, over half of what I've had in this entire time on this platform. It's amazing. It's spectacular. I've had so many amazing things happen just on this channel. And my first video to hit 2,000 views. That was 2 months ago today. Since then, I had a video that I made on that day get over 4,000 views. Another one I made a couple of weeks later, nearly at 5,000. And another one at over 3,000. Another two over 2,000. If I'm talking statistics wise, this has completely moved the benchmark. And it's amazing. In terms of content, I've found myself doing something quite consistent, even the days that I feel are kind of dud days or whatever, because that's what I've been calling them dud days, where it's been like I've been doing filler content, or the not so filler content that I was doing last year, for those of you familiar with the channel, where I was like, technically this isn't filler content because it's not something that's like completely nothing. I actually have things to talk about every single day. I'm feeling more prepared in talking about the content, putting more effort into the content. I've got this wheel here, and I've been using that for simulation racing. I've been using that for live streams. In terms of games, I've been playing RSRBR. What, a modded version of 15-year-old game. I've been playing RSRBR for 6, nearly 7 years. This year, I got my first top 5 finish, and in the same day, I got my first podium. Usually with these end of year videos, I do a top 10, and the videos end up lasting 20 odd minutes. I mean, I remember 2016's one was abridged because it was 45 minutes long. I cut it down to, I think, something like 16 minutes. And at the end of 2017, I released the full length version of the 2016 one. At least I think that's how it went. It might have been 2018, 2017. I think it was 2016, 2017. Because I've been doing this for 5 years now. Daily video uploads. And it just feels right. 5 years, 5.5 years. It's gone to the point where there are journalists contacting me to write articles about channels like my own. Of course, amongst other people who have done so much fascinating work, so much more amazing work, that they've done in a much shorter time span. I started this off as a kid, like, with an idea. What happens if I just keep going? This is what happens. I've been doing videos on YouTube since I turned 13. Started off with some silly remixes, but also started off the spawning group around the end of 2012. And that's been amazing. I want to try and end this now by finding some old footage that I don't think anyone's seen before. And I'm hoping to find it, and I've cut to it. It's the first stuff that myself and Torrent recorded The stuff that started off Spawning Group.
Okay, so survival.
You want to play on?
Normal, would you say?
Haven't.
Are you recording?
Us two playing on our Xbox 360s. The end of 2012. All of this stuff for me has been 7 years in the making. And next year, I'm planning things that will have been 8, 9, 10 years in the making. This year's been spectacular. This decade's been spectacular. And I know I typically do like a top 10, top everything. And I would typically wear that red and black checkered shirt, or the one with the guitars, or usually both, more recently. But if I am to do any kind of top 10s or top 5s or anything like that, I can think of one. One that I'd like to pick right now. And it's one that I've talked about before. It's my favourite song. It's by these guys here, Linkin Park. In 2017, Chester Bennington passed away. And when that happened, I was at a Blink-182 show at the O2. Place I'd seen Linkin Park. I was beside myself. When I got home, I had 2 songs on repeat, both of them off of One More Light, the last album with Chester on it. And one of them was Invisible, the other one was One More Light, my favourite song. Because who cares if One More Light goes out? Well, I do. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's usher in an amazing new decade together. Maybe even 10 years of daily videos. We'll have to wait and see though, won't we? I'll have to wait and see what the new year, the new decade, the new everything will unfold. But thank you so much for watching. If you've already celebrated it, have a happy new year. I hope you have. And I hope you're going to, if you haven't celebrated it just yet. I'm going to try and do a thing that one of my favourite creators, Tomska, did. I'm going to try and release a video just as YouTube ticks over. So the 1st of January 2020. Tomska did it with Asdif Movie. I'd like to do it with this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, until next year, until the next decade, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.